Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel, and today we've got another really cool piece of Star Wars merch that I picked up from Walt Disney World here in the past few months. This item was a D23 exclusive. It was revealed back in the summer, I want to say August, September. I don't have the exact date of when D23 was, but that's the annual or semi-annual, it kind of varies year to year, Disney convention where they reveal all kind of upcoming stuff about the theme parks, merchandise, yada yada. But they revealed this, and it was an exclusive piece of merchandise that was available at the convention. But they finally made it available online. It was on Shop Disney for a while. It sold out within an hour or so. It was sold out. But they actually showed up here at the theme parks as well. I found this at Tatooine Traders outside of Batu, but they actually ended up eventually being available in the Droid Depot as well. But between that time and the time that I'm filming this, they are now sold out park-wide. I don't know if they're coming back ever, or if it was a limited time release item or not, but I have to take a look at today the C-3PO premium, let me get the wording correct on this, premium electronic head with lights and sounds. How cool is this? I've seen it on the shelf in Tatooine Traders, but I have yet to actually even take this out of the box and play around with it to see what actually all it does. So we're going to do this together. We're going to learn and see if we can figure this out. But as you can see right behind me in the case, I have a mini 3PO helmet that's actually I had signed by Anthony Daniels at MegaCon, which is a big Comic-Con convention here in Orlando that they have every year. Last year Anthony Daniels was there, and I got to meet him, and I got him to sign the mini C-3PO helmet because as of last year there was no readily available C-3PO replica helmet up until now. So Disney, thank you for answering a lot of Star Wars collectors' wishes by finally having a readily available premium full-size replica 3PO helmet. Thank you, and hopefully Anthony Daniels, it hasn't been announced for this MegaCon. It's within a few weeks this year. But I would hopefully like to get Anthony Daniels to sign this one, and I actually would want to end up getting rid of that one because I don't really need two signed signed helmets from Anthony Daniels. I'd rather have the full size, not the mini. But that's a whole different story. But we are going to crack this bad boy open today, and we're going to figure out all it can do, all the different functions about it. And I'm excited because this is, like I said, this is one of the first readily available full size helmets. Looking at the box, we got the helmet comes apart because they got C-3PO with all the wiring, but if you look on the back here, it's got a little diagram of all the different pieces of his helmet that come apart. So there's multiple different ways you can display this thing. But let's get into this. I've cut the seals just so I don't have to sit here and fight with the scissors for 10 minutes on camera. But it is literally brand new in the package. All right, right on top here, here's our instructions. These are going to come in handy because I prefer to not just wing it and see what happens, but all kind of instructions. Oh, it looks like it is rechargeable. I was wondering if there was if it was going to take batteries or if it was rechargeable. It looks like that it is rechargeable. The first diagram, it does show a little picture with a cord and a USB plug there in the bottom of the helmet. Looks like there's some touch activations. There's volume controls. Give you little diagrams, all the different pieces. This is going to come in handy. I'm going to need this here in a minute because I'm sure this is not going to be as easy as the diagram makes it look. But as you can see, brand new in the box. It's still got the plastic wrap around it. Down. Let's get this bad boy out of there. Is real. Come on, Christian. There we go. Alright, I just heard something fall into the box, and as I can see, it is the charging cable that I literally just talked about. But simple plastic. There you go. Still in the package. How cool is that? This, just even in the packages, this is really cool. You actually be able to see a full-size 3PO helmet like this. Pretty heavy too, it's got some weight to it. But look at that. It is plastic. That's a little disappointing. It would be nice if it was metal, but if it was metal, it'd be probably triple the price and way heavier than it actually is. But speaking of price, this was, I think it was $120, $119.99, but I did get my annual pass discount, so which made it about $105. But for a full-size 3PO, replica helmet that literally looks like this, that's a steal in my opinion. What a deal. But let's see, look at the bottom. We do have some little feet so you can display it. There is some plastic wrapped around the bottom here. Let me see what this is. I think it's just... Uh-oh, part's falling off. I hit something. Oh, that's probably a locking device for the face plate. Yeah, there's a little plastic cover on the bottom. I'm trying to get it off of there. I'm assuming it's holding like the bottom piece on there. This is the unfortunate side of doing openings live, is you're gonna have to just sit there and struggle with me as I get this piece of tape or piece of plastic off of there. Oh, it's taped too. All right, I'm gonna pause it. Let me get this taken care of so we wasted a lot of time. All right, I'm glad I paused the video because it was a pain in the ass to get, literally, sorry, but it was really a pain to get that plastic off there. They had plastic like bundled all the way around the bottom up underneath the helmet case, and I really had to take the faceplate off and everything just to get all the plastic out of it, which kind of gave me a little opportunity to figure out how it does work a little bit. I did try turning it on. The battery was completely dead, so I ended up plugging it into the USB cable so we can actually turn this on. Because unfortunately, there was no charge in this thing whenever... It might not even be... Maybe I might even have a battery. I don't even know. I'm just assuming there that it has a battery. Maybe it has to be plugged in. I don't know. Maybe it has to be plugged in to work. But all I know is when I tried to turn it on, there was no battery charge. So I plugged it in just for now. It may have a battery. It may not. I'm not really sure though. But we got it working. We got it out of the box. And we're actually going to turn this on. There is a little switch back here where the USB plug is. Either a little on-off switch right there. And when you turn it on, you're going to see his eyes light up. And I read the instructions, and you're like, okay, how does this thing work? It apparently has some type of touch sensor here in the helmet, the faceplate, that activates it when you touch it right here about on the left temple. Let's go ahead and do that.
Sir, my first job was programming binary load lifters, very similar to your evaporators in most respects.
How cool is that? It sounds great. The audio sounds great. Honestly, I mean, it could be a little louder, but I mean, how cool is that? I wonder how many different voice lines this has.
Hello, I am C-3PO Human Cyborg Relations. How might I serve you?
Very cool.
It wasn't my fault, sir. Please don't deactivate me. I feel so helpless. We seem to be made to suffer. It's our lot in life. Oh no! Is my head on straight? Thank goodness. Oh no! I'm so confused.
It's got a lot of voice lines.
Thank the Maker. I'm going to regret this. I don't like the look of this. What's going on? Turn round. I can't see. Where am I? I'm not much more than an interpreter, and not very good at telling stories. Well, not at making them interesting, anyway. I can assure you they will never
get a lot of voice lines.
Dreadful starships. I am C-3PO, Human Cyborg Relations.
Now there was a couple of repeats in there, but you get the gist of it. It's got a lot of voice lines. You kind of rotate through all that, but very cool. To take this apart, there's the two little knobs on the back of the helmet, which are basically little screws that come off, which will allow you to pull the faceplate.
With all we've been through, sometimes I'm amazed we're in as good condition as we are. What with the rebellion and all.
Apparently it's going to give randomly, every little bit it's going to talk to you while you're, just when it's on, so.
Shut me down.
I thought it was going to tell me to shut up. Are you talking back to me, Mr. 3PO? I thought it was going to tell me to shut up when I was taking his faceplate off.
I've had the most peculiar dream.
But once you have those off, you can see the faceplate just kind of snaps up.
Take care, my little friend.
And then it just kind of...
Did you hear that?
Wiggles out of there.
They shut down the main reactor. We'll be destroyed for sure.
It's kind of annoying.
This is madness.
So, faceplate comes off. And then as you can see inside, Look at the wiring, all the wiring of his internals
Sir,
there.
if you'll not be needing me, I'll close down for a while.
No, don't do that. We're still checking you out, Mr. 3PO. And then there's the back helmet plate. And that's what you got inside the helmet. How cool is that? Look at all the wiring. It's so you can display it however which way you want. You have it with the chrome plating. Actually, this comes off as well, the base, if you want to go literally all the way down to just the wiring and the base build. But I'm not going to take this off because I'm going to display it obviously with the chrome plating. Wonder what, is there a switch in the middle?
My parts are showing.
Yeah, the touch sensor's right there.
I can assure you they will never get me onto one of those
Now
dreadful starships.
there is a different version, I believe. The one they had on display. The one they had on display had red eyes. See, they even have it in the image here. See, that one has red eyes. I wonder if it's... Curious at how you do that.
Thank goodness. This is madness.
Yeah, this whole front plate is a touch sensor because I've
I feel
touched
so
both sides of this,
helpless.
and it is activating the voice commands. Now, how do we do that? See, it's showing the same. Is there a switch? This is where figuring it out beforehand comes in handy. See, I don't know how.
Did you hear that? They shut down the main reactor.
Not really sure how to do that because the
This
instructions are kind
This
of
is
not really
madness.
showing you anything other than just touching the same thing. It's showing you something. Here, what is this? No, that turns the eyes off. Ah, got it. We got it. Okay. The instructions here were like pointing to this like wire right here. I'm like, what the heck is that? Like, what is it pointing that to? You see this purple wire that comes across
The
here?
Emperor's Wayfinder is in the Imperial Vault at Delta 36, transient 936,
Okay.
bearing 32 on a moon in the Endor system.
All right, we've
From
like
the southern shore.
switched
Under
over
this
to like
great house.
the Sith or like the
this
dark
great
side
house.
possessed 3PO, but as I was saying, this purple wire comes out and there's two holes right down in there. You can try to get it right down here. You can kind of see them right there. The top hole is regular 3PO.
Where am I?
Bottom hole, this is the possessed version of whatever you would call it of 3PO.
The Emperor's Wayfinder is in the Imperial Vault.
Yeah, it's
at
the
Delta 36,
dark side
transient
possessed
936,
3PO in the bottom
bearing
version,
32 on a moon in the Endor system.
which has its
From the
own
southern shore.
whole set of
Under this
new
great house.
new voice lines with the
Under this great house.
dark side version.
The Emperor's Wayfinder is in the Imperial Vault at Delta 36, transient 936, bearing 32 on a moon in the Endor system.
This
From the
is
southern
cool.
shore, under this blade tells. Under this blade tells. The Emperor's Wayfinder is in the Imperial
It doesn't seem to
Vault
have as many voice
at
lines
Delta
with the
36,
the
transient 936.
possessed version of the 3PO. So we're just gonna switch back to the regular version. But how cool is that? Like, so you can display whichever way you want. It probably looks a lot cooler with the red eyes. But I'm just gonna leave it in normal 3PO mode, and I'm gonna try to put this thing back together. But yeah, I'm extremely impressed with this. Honestly, for the price point, like I said, only $120. Without if you don't have an annual pass discount. Honestly, for as much as it does, for a full size replica 3PO helmet with all the voice lines and just the detail alone, I'm impressed. Honestly, I'm very impressed. It does feel a little on the cheaper side. It's kind of creaky and feels like you could break something pretty easily, so you do have to be kind of careful, especially with like this on the top of his helmet and some of these plastic parts. It does feel like it ain't gonna take a whole lot of abuse, so if you do grab one, you might want to be very careful with taking the face plates off and messing around with all the wiring and stuff, because I feel like
I
it.
have a bad feeling about this.
I do too. I was just saying. It feels like you can easily break something because it's not like.
Why, it's my primary function, sir. I am well versed in all the custom.
It does seem like you can easily damage something because it is not like super sturdy.
Will this never end?
Trying to get you snapped back together here, buddy. Like I said, you know, you're kind of a little wonky getting it. There we go, getting her back together. But you just got to make sure everything's kind of lined up and in place, which it looks like it is. And then I'm gonna put these two little end caps, or whatever you're gonna call them, little locking pick keepers on the side of the helmet. And now he's back to standard mode. Like I said, very cool. I'm extremely impressed with this, honestly.
I had the most peculiar dream.
Yeah, I mean, I love all the voice lines he has. This is really cool. I'm definitely impressed with the with all that comes with it. I wish it was a little sturdier, a little more tougher to beat. So I would kind of not really play around with it too much, because I don't think it's going to take a lot of abuse, because it is kind of just a light plastic, and you mess around with these face plates enough, taking them back and forth.
Where is everybody?
I feel like something's going to break, so I'm just going to leave it the way it is. I'm going to put it in the case. Not going to play around with it too much. But for the price point, it's a great replica. What I really like about this is, since it does come apart, so whenever I ever get the opportunity to meet Anthony Daniels again, I don't have to lug this whole thing to a convention and destroy it. All I have to do is take this face plate off, and I can take that straight to the convention and get him just to sign the helmet itself, the face plate itself, and then bring it home and not have to carry lug this thing around. But overall, I'm extremely impressed. Let me know what you think. Is this something that you're going to add to your collection, or you already have it in your collection? Do you even know this existed? This kind of flew under the radar about a few months ago, and it came and gone, and then nobody's really talking about it anymore. So let me know what your thoughts on the 3PO helmet. Are you gonna grab one of these for yourself? I would definitely recommend it. I think it's worth the value for what it is. There's no other readily available 3PO helmet out there on the market, so every Star Wars collector needs one of these in their collection, a 3PO helmet. So I'm impressed. I'm hoping you're impressed. Thanks for watching. Thanks for the likes, the commenting, the subscriptions. And this has been the Pendaflow C-3PO Perspective.
Sir, my first job was programming binary load lifters, very similar to your evaporators in most respects.
I agree.